Your reality has not changed yet. Your manifestation has not happened yet because of this one thing. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliet Cleary. I'm a manifestation coach. And if you like this content, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. If you would like to work together, that information's in the description box below for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our meditation channel. That information's in the description box below as well. Your reality has not changed yet. The improvements have not shown up yet. The manifestations have not revealed themselves yet because you are doing this one thing. What gets us the most stuck is we are relying on a certain process, on a certain technique, on something, on some action in order to manifest something that we want. Not taking into account or just often forgetting that it is about your energy moment by moment, who you are being, what vibration you are emitting. So often we think it's the meditation, for example, that's going to heal us, that's going to change our life. But if you are meditating even for an hour every single day, right? Every day, you can still see not many changes in your life because if for the rest of the day you're still reacting, you're still basically being the same person you usually are, you're thinking and feeling and acting in the same ways, then of course not much is going to shift. Because again, the universe is responding to you now in each and every moment. So who are you being? The key to manifestation and to really unlocking that mode where improvements are steadily flowing into your life. Things are getting better and better. What really unlocks that state is you taking care of your reactions moment by moment. Think about it. When something happens to you or you observe something during your day and you have a feeling response to that, you have a reaction to it. Maybe you're triggered by it, right? How often do you do something about that? How often do you sit there in the moment and actually realize, I get to choose. I actually have a choice in how I react to this, or if I react at all. If I let this be a big deal, if I tell the negative story around it, if I keep it going. I have a choice in the now moment, and I'm going to choose something better or different. Same thing with your own thoughts. When you have a negative thought, like a limiting belief, something that you don't want to believe is true, or it's just a worrying thought, it's a stressful thought, it's a thought about the lack of what you want. How do you react to those thoughts? Because a lot of times we do have a negative reaction even to those thoughts. Oh, I don't like this. I got to stop this. Oh, I hate this feeling or this thought. How do I fix this? I just want to feel better and I can't. It's too hard, right? And so notice your reactions. Move through your day and notice your reactions to everything. Your thoughts, experiences, a memory of the past, a thought about the future, right? Positive and negative things. Notice how you are reacting to life because that is everything. Now, when you want to be the deliberate creator of your life, you must start to emit a vibration that's not just dependent on what you're living, right? On what has already manifested, on the past, on the stories that you've been telling. And that's all about how you handle your reactions in the moment, what you do to self-soothe, what you do to shift into a different path, into a different thought, a different action, a different behavior, into feeling better, making the new conscious choices. If you are consistently reacting to whatever you're observing, whether it's in your mind, or whether you're observing it in your life or on TV or whatever you're observing and having a reaction to, if you're consistently just reacting to what is, you are not the creator, right? You're still always the creator of your experience, but you're no longer doing this on purpose. You're not creating your life on purpose. You're creating your life on default. You're the reactor, not the creator. You are the victim. You become the victim of your life because you're not taking control of your energy. You're not taking control of how you feel and how you focus and what you give attention to, how you choose to react, or reacting less, placing your attention elsewhere. When you do that, you are the creator. You're the deliberate creator of your life. So often we rely on the process or the technique. We're like, I'm meditating, I'm visualizing, I'm visualizing before bed. I'm, doing this, I'm doing that, but it's not manifesting. Again, it only matters what your dominant vibration is, right? In general or on the subject that you're wanting to manifest. And so how are you feeling throughout your day? Where are you placing your attention and therefore your power? I was speaking with a client the other day, and she, had an experience where she was really triggered and felt like not in control and didn't really know how to handle it or what to do. And after I, spoke to her about it, she realized, oh, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even realize that I had a choice of what thoughts I chose. Like, I automatically went to the thoughts that I normally think in this situation, right? But I didn't realize I had a choice to feel something else, or to think something else, or to soothe myself, or to choose a different focus, put my attention elsewhere. This also kind of happened to me the other day. I was with a family member, someone who, obviously you have expectations, you have a relationship with this person. And so, sometimes you just tend to expect certain behaviors from someone. And as the day went on, this person started doing, behaving in a way that, they usually tend to, and it's very frustrating and annoying. And I found myself starting to react as I normally would. Oh, this is so mean. I can't believe they said that. And why would they say that? Maybe I should say something, and all these things, which I normally would react, right? And I thought about saying something, but then I was like, hold on, does this feel good to say? Like, do I feel like I'm pointed towards ease or relief or solution? Or am I pointed towards the opposite? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think there is any value or benefit in me speaking up against this or fighting against this. And in that moment, I realized, whoa, I have a choice of how I react to this, which in this specific situation of, family members who you've had, similar interactions with for quite a while, like your whole life. And I realized for the first time, whoa, I could just not even react to this. I actually have that option. Because usually I would go to, okay, how can I attract this less next time? But then I was like, what if I just don't care? What if I just brush it off like, okay, no big deal. They get like this sometimes. I'm not going to take it to heart. It doesn't mean anything. And if I don't make it a big deal, I'll attract that from them less and less. As you give the unwanted thing, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is, but the unwanted thing, you give it more attention, so you're feeding it. I was like, oh, I don't like this is so bad, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you go throughout your whole day holding on to that negative experience. When you do that, you make it more likely to continue to attract whatever that negative thing was, or more things that feel that way, because you feed into it, because you continue to feel it, think about it, give it attention. Right? You keep the reaction going. But in that moment, I diffused it. And for the first time in that specific situation, I was like, wow, this doesn't even have to affect me. That was really mind-blowing for me, because I didn't react the way I normally would in that situation. I was able to let it go faster than I normally would have in the past. I'm not making a big deal about it. And this is the work. Because you have to understand that any negative emotion, any negative thought, if you keep it going, if you feed into it, right, then the emotions and the thoughts themselves are not bad or wrong. But as you feed into them and you practice them, you give them more attention, it's going to affect your life in a negative way. You are going to attract more to feel bad about. Right? It's just the way that it works. You block yourself from receiving the good and the improvements and the wonderful things that are just ready here and now for you. So you got to take care of your energy overall. And that comes down to how you're reacting. Reacting versus creating. And you are creating when you set the tone. And that was the other thing that I brought up to my client as well, is before you go to the event, before you go to the gathering, before you go to the meeting, whatever it is, right? Before you go to see your family, if you can intend how you want it to go, right? If you can say, like, rehearse who you're going to be, how you're going to show up as, how you're going to feel, what kind of interactions you might have. You set the tone of your energy, your vibration, so you don't even allow yourself to experience that unwanted thing, even though maybe normally you would, right? Normally you would attract that negative thing, or normally you would get triggered really easily. But if you have done the energy work beforehand, you don't even allow yourself to invite that thing in. Because everything that happens, to you, or it's to do with you, or it affects you, you attracted it. You had a part in attracting that thing. So your priority must be on tending to your thoughts and your emotions moment by moment, and not be willing to focus on anything that pulls you down, anything that feels less than good. It doesn't matter how valid you are in feeling that way and reacting that way, or how vivid or how true it is right here and now. It does not matter. You must be willing to place your happiness above that, but really your vibration above that. Because again, unless you do that, unless you take care of how you feel and how you focus what you give attention to, unless you do that, you are the victim in your life. And you will always feel not in control, because you are not giving yourself the control. And that control, or that, creation process, is whatever you give attention to must become more. Whatever you give attention to comes to life. You bring it to life. You activate it. Whether it's a thought of the past, a vision of the future, whether it's something you're just looking at, right? You're just observing right in front of you, experiencing, whether it's just a thought that comes to mind. As soon as you give your attention to it, it is real now, and you emit the vibration of that right here and now, and the universe immediately responds to that. So it is not so much about the meditation or about the visualization. Of course, those things are great. Okay, I love meditation, but meditation alone is not going to get you to where you want to be, because if you're still playing the victim the rest of the time, then there's only so much that you can change in your life, that you can allow in. You have to really care about where you're placing your energy. And when you do this, when you make this decision and you follow through consistently, you will see your life change, because you're changing. You're changing identity, and your reality must change to match your new identity. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like to work together, that information is in the description box below. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.